Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about 5 tips to help you heal. And first of all, I want to say thank you for that question. Somebody submitted it on my Instagram account and I'm really excited to talk about this topic, mainly because these tools that I'm about to share with you have helped me so much on my own journey. So let's dive directly into it. And tip number 1 is be present with yourself. In order to heal, you really need to start to become unconditionally present with yourself. So that means that we are not chasing pleasant emotions and running away from the pain that we're feeling, but we're really starting to become fully conscious of the pain that is coming up. And that means that we are fully present in those moments when something is triggering us or something is going on for us. We need to become our own best friends. And especially in situations where really deep pain is coming up and where we're really suffering, that's when we need ourselves the most. That's really so transformative. Like, I have a few moments in my mind right now where I was in pain and even like I was internally panicking. Like, there was so much fear, anxiety and feelings of abandonment that I was like, I don't even know what to do with that. Like, that's the intensity that can come up on your healing journey. And I don't say that it's easy. And for me, I think I just started to have those feelings really come fully up when I was ready to meet them. And you're gonna see that after listening to this video, you're gonna be more prepared to actually feel those feelings. So I don't want to say that before knowing this tool, I didn't have these emotions coming up, but I was numbing them. I was numbing them much earlier so that I couldn't really feel what was going on. And after exercising my presence, after starting to heal after a while, these emotions became louder, but just because I was more able and ready to meet them. Until to the point you're gonna have like an increasing awareness of your pain, then you're gonna fully feel it. And after you really practice being present with yourself and applying the right healing techniques in certain moments, you're gonna see that the pain is gonna get less and less over time. So first you're gonna have this increase in awareness. It doesn't mean that the pain increases, you're just more aware of it. That's when you actually start to understand yourself, and then it's gonna go down when you start to integrate and when you start to fully heal. So being present is really the foundation, and it really signals you, and it is a signal for yourself that you are fully taking care of yourself, that you really want to get to know yourself, that you're really showing up for yourself. It means that you're not numbing with alcohol or other substances, or with eating, or with socializing, or with watching TV. You're not numbing yourself out, you're not dissociating or distracting yourself, but you're really being there for yourself, and that in itself is so beautiful. And I'm not gonna lie, it is difficult, especially in the beginning, but even now I've done this for years, and it can be difficult in moments when there's something like anxiety or panic come up, or like feelings that are very fearful. It's not so easy, but you're gonna learn to be more present even in moments where fear is there. Your presence is gonna increase, your awareness is gonna increase, and it's just in general gonna make you a much more conscious person. So don't run away from the pain, don't run away from discomfort, but really start to be conscious of what's happening. And this is also helping you to be the conscious creator of your reality, because you're starting to become aware of your inner narrative. And this inner narrative is actually what is creating the pain, the emotions and the thoughts. But first you need to be present to actually observe what you are telling yourself, so that you can actually then later change it. I could talk about this forever, but I'm gonna continue with tip number 2. And tip number 2 is connect with your body and connect with your heart. When you are in pain, when you are panicking, when you're anxious, you really need to ground yourself. And when you ground yourself, your mind is going to slow down and you're gonna feel more safe. So really, in moments of pain or panic, and even when you're just in a normal state, make sure to always reconnect with your body. We are so much in our minds these days that we really forget sometimes that we have bodies. And I don't mean that you forget it like in your mind, but you just do not feel it. You forget how to feel into your body, how to really experience yourself in your body. We are so much in our minds. So make sure to practice being in your body. Make sure to move, make sure to meditate and feel into your body from the inside, from the outside. Really, really take care of your body and ground yourself internally. Ground yourself, for example, through a body scan. This really means that you are feeling your body from the inside. You're feeling into your legs, into your chest, into your belly, into your arms and fingers, and into your head and into your feet. And this really grounds you. Sometimes the mind can resist that because it slows the mind down, and thinking can be like an addiction. So going into your body can feel like, well, it can feel pleasant, but it can also feel like you are kind of letting go of that addiction of thinking, and it can be an unpleasant feeling at first because you kind of feel like you want some stimuli. So just know that while you're practicing going into your body, there can be some resistance to that. And while you're grounding yourself in your body or next to that, you can also connect with your heart. That can be like a separate practice, or you can practice it together, but they will both enhance each other. And really connecting to your heart means really centering yourself in that chest area, feeling your heartbeat, feeling your heart radiation. Like there's really a specific area in your chest, or okay, I need to slow down. There's a specific energy in your chest that you can feel. That is very, very grounding and makes you feel safe and makes you feel present, and it's just very, very, very soothing. And you can literally practice to go into that heart energy, and you can literally practice to radiate that unconditional love. And again, it can feel difficult for your mind to grasp that because the mind wants to think and wants to rationalize and wants to, come to conclusions. And this is all like a more gross energy, but the heart is more subtle. And it can feel at the beginning like you're not feeling anything when you go into your body, when you go into your heart. You need to overcome that phase and really tap into your heart's energy. And you can do that when you're just in your normal day-to-day energy or day-to-day state, so when you're not triggered. But you can also do that when you are triggered. And maybe in that moment, it's not the best time to practice, feeling the subtle heart energy. But just by, putting on your hand here, it will still help you ground yourself, and it will still help you to get more into your body. So try, whenever you remind yourself of that, whenever you feel is a good moment, try to practice that, no matter if triggered or not. And if you have any questions to that, make sure to put it in the comments, and I'm gonna answer it for you. So, and one last thing, I would say you can do maybe a routine practice. So just, planning to every day or every week, but better every day, to connect with your heart, even if it's just for a few minutes, so that it helps you get used to going into that heart space. And then when you're triggered and when you're in pain, it's much, much, much easier for you to access that energy. But also in general, expanding your heart energy will help you feel less stressed, and will just help you be more successful in any area of life. So honestly, I'd say do it at least 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes each day. And you can do it with my heart meditation, which I'm gonna link here, or you can do it by yourself by just breathing, slowing down, really feeling into that heart energy, and it's gonna help you so, so, so much. Like, honestly, literally just that is transformative in itself. I used to overthink a lot, really a lot. And I saw that when I'm practicing connecting with my heart daily, that decreases significantly. So it's very transformative. Your heart energy is magical. And you just need to practice it. Like, you don't have to even believe me. Like, just practice it for yourself and you're gonna see changes. Like, right now I'm at the stage where I can literally by will go into my heart energy. And this comes from a lot of practice. So you can get there as well. This is really not so difficult. You just need to repeat it. All right, tip number 3. I'm gonna go with believe in your potential. So this is a tip that I don't think I've shared this way before. And what I mean with believe in your potential is believe that whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want to experience, believe that it's possible for you. Believe that you're capable and able to achieve it. I think all of us have been told that some things are not possible for us and we shouldn't even bother to try. And this is like such a draining, it's such a draining belief to hold on to. And it can make us feel depressed because, you know, our inner child thinks that what it wants is not possible and it should not bother trying. So no wonder that if you believe that some things are not possible for you, no wonder that you're feeling depressed, because it's not your ultimate nature. Your true nature is infinite consciousness, infinite potential. That's who you are at your core. And you don't have to believe that. I don't want you to necessarily believe it and don't question it, but something within you is going to resonate with that, and something within you is going to say like, that feels kind of good. It feels really good actually to just believe that. So go with that thought and test it out. Like, if I would believe in myself and I would believe that anything was possible for me, how would I show up in my life? How would I show up tomorrow? How would I show up now? If I really believe everything is possible, first of all, I would not have FOMO. I would never have the fear of missing something out because, you know, I'm infinite. Everything is possible. So I don't need to get hung up on anything because everything is possible for me. And also, you're going to see that this opens you up to all the joy and enthusiasm that you have within yourself. Because when you fully believe in yourself, it activates you. And this energy that is activated, this abundance energy, is very, very healing in itself. Although you're not directly addressing any trauma from the past, believing in yourself opens you up and brings you back to your natural state, to your source. And when you are at your source, healing happens very, very naturally. Because source or infinite consciousness is the place within you. Well, it's not a place, but the state within you that can never be touched, that can never be harmed. So you don't actually even need to heal. You just need to remember who you are. You just need to remember who the fuck you are. That's actually the best tip that I could give anyone to heal, is like, just remember that your source is never hurt in the first place. It's one of the best tips. But of course, we don't want to pretend that things that hurt us didn't happen. So let's continue with tip number 4. And tip number 4 is that you need to acknowledge the pain that you've went through. So I know that it's kind of contradictory, but there are just different approaches to really the same thing. So on the level of source, you can never be touched and hurt. That's your highest level. On the level of your ego, of your humanness, well, you are able to feel hurt. And it's important to acknowledge that so you can heal really on all levels, yeah? We don't want to do spiritual... My phone just told me that I just have 10% of battery, so I need to be a little bit quicker. So I was just saying, on source energy level, you cannot be touched and hurt. On human level, you can. And it's important to acknowledge that, because you don't want to spiritually bypass and just always live on that source level, or pretend to live on that source level when you're not. That's why you need to validate yourself. You need to acknowledge what has happened to you. You need to take yourself seriously. and you need to validate what has happened, and you need to validate yourself in general. And what I mean with that, and I just need to take a moment to recenter. What I mean with that is that you need to give yourself the validation that, I see you, I understand that what this person did to you was hurtful and was against your values, and it was not okay. Doesn't matter that you blame anyone. You're just telling yourself that that's not how I am treated. I deserve better. And to really acknowledge that yes, I was feeling hurt and I do deserve better. It's so important to tell yourself that you are worthy, that you are there for yourself, that you are deserving of love. This kind of self-talk is very, very important. And by doing that, you are kind of strengthening that wounded part within yourself. You're healing that wounded part within yourself. And now maybe it also makes a little bit more sense why I said that there's a part of you that was never hurt and that cannot be hurt. And there's a part of you that is hurt. And ultimately, you really are that source, and you can live on level of source energy almost most of the time if you practice it. But in order to get there, you need to validate what has happened. And I think that this is a very, very powerful practice. It also helps you be more sensitive towards others, because you're not just running away from the pain, but you're staying with it, and you're telling yourself, you know what, I'm here with you, and what has happened is not okay, and I am going to tell you that you are worthy, and I'm going to protect you, and I'm just taking your perspective seriously. Yeah, because what can happen easily is we say, oh, the other person didn't mean to hurt me, so there's really no reason for me to be upset. And that's maybe the case for a lot of empaths that might be here on this channel. But it doesn't mean that you blame anyone when you say that what they did hurt you. There's no blame involved in this. It's all about you. You do not want to be treated that way. You want to set different standards in your life. And in order for that to happen, you need to acknowledge the way you're feeling. It doesn't need to always make sense. At first, we're just wanting to hold our inner child and to really give ourselves that validation. All right. I think I've repeated myself a bit now, but I hope it really makes sense for you. And if not, put the questions in the comments. And also, I'm going to link you my inner child meditation for you to start to embrace that wounded part within yourself. And tip number 5 is a little bit similar to tip number 4, but it's more tailored to your needs. So tip number 5 is take your needs seriously. We are all very used. I need to refocus. We are all very used to ignoring our needs. We were taught like that in our childhood. And then we perpetuate that in our adulthood. Yeah, so many people are not sensitive to what they need, and especially the needs that are more subtle are often being ignored. And you need to start to really give your own needs importance. It's very important. Your own needs are important, and chances are that you have been trained to believe that, well, just shut up, just get over it, and it's not that important. In order to heal, you need to be much more sensitive with yourself. You need to be much more encouraging and much more, really sensitive is the word that I'm looking for. When you are bringing that love energy in, you're gonna see that there is enough energy to go around for all of your needs to be met. You can meet your own needs. You don't have to meet all of them by yourself, but you can you can do that, because you are full of love. And the more you are connecting with your heart, the more you're going to really feel that, oh my God, there is enough awareness within myself to really meet my needs. and to really hold space for myself and to really start to acknowledge everything that is going on for me. Meeting your needs is also not just like a numbers game, like, oh, there are so many needs that I need to meet. It's more like a state of being. When you're in that state of like, I'm worthy and deserving, you're automatically and naturally meeting the needs that are most important within yourself. So start to pay attention to what is coming up for you. Start to give your own needs importance. And what can be a little bit tricky is about this is that sometimes your ego will come up with all kinds of different needs. So in order to kind of realize which needs you really need to meet and what is just coming from your ego, you can pay attention to the energy. There are needs that are just like coming from the feeling of I want to be worthy. Like there's the need for safe relationships, for example. And this desire can come from a very pure place, from your heart. When you're having needs from your ego, like I want this and I want that, it has a very different energy. It has the energy of urgency and the energy of like I need to have this now. And these kind of needs might be a little bit challenging to meet all of them because they're just coming from a place of like I want more. So really start to create awareness around your needs and also start to ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? And according to that, you're gonna see, okay, what does this person really need to flourish and to evolve, and what are really like my needs in order to be in alignment with that person that I want to be, and what is just coming maybe from my old self-image, or what is coming from my ego. Like, yeah, mainly that ego part is where you want to be a little bit cautious. All right, so I think I covered all the tips. I could, as I said, talk much more about this, but it's already 22 minutes in and I need to go. I want to say thank you to all of you who have attended this video and who have watched this video. And if you have any questions, I encourage you again to put them in the comments. I hope I didn't ramble too much during these live videos. Can be a little bit tricky because I want to give you all the value in a short amount of time, and I really want to be as clear as possible. So make sure that if something was not clear, to let me know. And now I wish you a beautiful rest of your day. I wish you a lot of success in applying these techniques, and keep coming back to this channel because I will keep talking about these tips in more detail in future videos in order to make it very, very clear, and also your mind is learning through repetition. So even if you already know a tool, listening to how it works again can really help you to let it sink into your subconscious mind. Ooh. And one last announcement. Soon I'm going to bring out and release my second 8-hour affirmation recording. This time I'm going to talk about financial abundance, and I'm so excited to announce this. So stay tuned for the announcement when I'm going to release it. I had some trouble with uploading it, and yeah, because the date, like there's so much data, or how do you call it? Yeah, it's such a big file. So I hope I can upload it soon. All right, and now I wish you a beautiful rest of your day and see you in the next video.